And now she finds they really are valuable. They are very valuable, and they really work well. And blessed, thank you. Thank you for the animals, and thank you. Thank you for man. We're all here. These are just atoms moving around. The consciousness never dies, guys. The bodies are just atoms moving around. So anyway, important in terms of helping that. In your case, you'd want to take a look, maybe get your eyes done, see if you have a pituitary problem. You'd have to correlate that with female issues, ovarian issues. If your menses is irregular, things like that, your estrogen dominant or so as well. You could be dominant on other steroids or a lot lower on other steroids. And you would want progesterone as a balance to aldosterone and testosterone and estrogen. So you would want these. So I use glandulars. If you're doing all raw and you're doing it by the raw diet only, it could take you a couple years, so don't get frustrated. It takes a while, just raw, just because look at the inferior foods we're dealing with. We're dealing with inferior foods and mutated foods. So, and then people like the Monsanto people, for an example. These people, they have their heads so far up their butt. These scientists need to go chill out, take a cruise, and start smelling and refreshing with the natural chemistry of nature instead of trying to create something that is, this whole concept of parasites and things has to change drastically. Man has to understand their role. Start understanding the role of what God created here and the role and the impact it has upon nature. We're just a part of that. We're not it. We're just a part of that. We're just one species on a planet of multiple species. So it's just, we have to understand how all that works and why the role of bacteria is and the advantage of bacteria and the importance of them, and to stop focusing on those as much as you're focusing on the acid waste. Get to the real core of the issue, the infection, the toxicity, not those that are breaking it down for you. So this is the drastic changes need to take place in our healthcare systems and get away from the allopathy being a healthcare system. It's not a healthcare system. And we must stand strong with that and put them in their place. They have to be put in their place. They're too strong. They've ruined the economies of a lot of governments just because of their narcissistic attitudes. And again, going back to the Rockefellers and the World Bankers and that sort of thing, they've ruined everything. And they're as narcissistic as the magic hummingbird. They're way out there. And you've got to bring them into balance, and God will do that. That's why I don't try to tread anywhere like that, because the butt whooping is sometimes strong, and nobody's doing it but the Supreme Being. Those are natural laws. You can't get away from them. What you put out comes back to you, slamming down. So that's why I try to give love, joy, peace, happiness, because that's what I want back. And I'm going to give that all to you guys. And I love it when you guys give it back. We had a great seminar. I tell you, all you guys that came were incredible. When you have 100 and almost 30 people that are bonded with love, it makes for a great seminar. We had a few that were, kind of new and outside of the realm, and then some of them were not YouTubers, but still. It was just a great seminar when you have everybody developing spiritually at one level or another. There's no judgment even in that field. Nobody judges anything. So I would work on my glands. See if you have a pituitary, thyroid, see if you're colder, see if your nails are strong, you have spider veins even at 25. You have any depression, that'd be parathyroid. See if there's other glands linked to it. If not, just work on your adrenal glands. I'd use a glandular, like a adrenal 160 or something. See what your blood pressure is, how low is it, that sort of thing, honey. And get your glands into balance. I can tell you that the difference between using herbs and glandulars overnight is night and day. And you need them both. You need them both. You need to go down that road and take, especially in the 25s and youngers. These people are facing real chronic hormonal imbalances, and they can't go the medical route, because then they're going to slam these poor young folks and ruin their adrenal glands, and it's harder for us to get them back. So be careful. Learn, you don't take hormones, steroids, neurotransmitters, digestive enzymes. You don't do that, or you're going to lose the glands that perform and produce, and you just don't want to do it. It isn't worth it. It's worth spending a little time right now and a focus to correct these things, and then you're done with that, and the rest of your life is good. But some of you are going to work a little hard with that. Don't get frustrated or mad, because there's no help anywhere in the world. Let me tell you, keep looking around, look all you want. The problem is you've got to get into those glands and get those cells, it's all about the cells, thinking up. and that's a magnetic and a high energy experience. But it's all, and that can be translated to glandulars or whatever. This question is very important to me, Dr. Morris. On every time I travel, I come across people, especially children, with dengue. Fever. Does one attack dengue? I don't know how you pronounce that. As any other fever? Absolutely. Whenever you have these fevers, remember the body is trying to either destroy or to dilate and perspire or to sweat. So, you know, the body rarely takes itself up past 104, 105. Children's like those higher fevers when you're detoxifying them, so we keep them cool to 103 and keep them hydrated. And you also remember the same thing with yourself. But adults rarely get over 103. If they get 104, great. You know, gets up to 107 if you want to start killing cells. So the body really rarely takes itself. Man is playing with those higher fevers, but I disagree with that. The body has an immune system. It takes care of cells well. It's just the highway's blocked. And the highway is the lymphatic fluids and the lymph system. We have to understand that system as much as we can, a little more. And I think you saw in class that the world is full of theories. Biochemistry is full of theories. So just remember that don't count on science to answer your questions 100%, because science doesn't have them themselves. Almost every chemical professor, chemistry professor disagrees, biochemists disagree, world over, everybody disagrees. There's all kinds of theories, theory this, theory that. Okay, but let's look into nature and see what nature sees of your theories. Nature is where the proof is, because that is an active, ongoing biosphere that man can't top. Man can't even come close. So we have to understand when we say nature, it's not a cop-out, it's the power. It's the powerhouse, because nature is the core of this planet. We use the word nature, but this planet and how it expresses itself, and all the jewels and all the factors, all the magnetics, everything that's on this planet has a reason for being. It's amazing. You know, sometimes I look at that and I think, man is so narcissistic. So narcissistic, and it come in a relationship to the Supreme Being, or that Creator, whatever you want to call him, the Creator. I mean, when you take a look at how things are made and the complexities of it, we can't even begin to understand that. And if you go down that road, you'll just get confused, and you'll become narcissistic, or you'll isolate yourself. And doesn't need to be. You have to get much further out of this physical body to understand that, to see that. Matter of fact, I gotta go. Matter of fact, this lovely soul made this. It says, this friend says, out of body, back in 10 minutes. I'm going to put that on my front door. Out of body, back in 10 minutes. Anyway, every time I travel, come across. All right, this, of course, is such a widespread problem in these developing countries. Well, just remember, here, a stranger I am. I like that name. Just remember that it's all about the lymphatic system and the blood, you know, but that's easy to clean up. But this is about toxicity, the types of foods people are eating, and these foods clogging and breaking down the system. You know, we have a lot of grain consumption in poorer climates. There's nothing healthy about grains. We think we're giving them health, but it's supporting them, and I understand that, that's for sure. But what we need to do if we really want to help is quit paying all these people all this money just to be friends with them, which they don't care. They just want the money, like in other countries. And the world, maybe the United Nations ought to get a good colonic and start waking up these numbnuts and really start using the United Nations. That's why most people want out of them. It is nothing. When a civilized world allows a dictator in Syria to willfully kill its people, there's something wrong with that. And we're going to look back a few years from now and look at ourselves in disgust that we let some dictator jerk kill all these people. This, you know, I don't know what to say about that. This isn't even a godly thing. I mean, this is unreal. And so the United Nations is a bunch of crappy people that have no idea about anything in life and love. We need to get all these people out of there and get some good people in there to start helping the world. We need greenhouses. We need fruit trees. We need to plant trees. You can plant gardens all you want. Plant the trees. Make a lot of difference. Trees are a lot more powerful to this planet than vegetables. And the trees give us the fruits. And so whatever we have to do to get that out there, we need to do it, of course. And some of you are already doing that. I met some farmers up there, and beautiful stuff. I got some nice plants from this young guy and his woman, growing some beautiful stuff up there in northern Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. So really, thank you all. And listen, let's keep our site strong, powerful. And those that don't want to be, get off. Those that want to be, let's become a strong bond of love, power, energy, God consciousness, and help the world in their healing efforts. And when you leave this planet, you will leave with a good little mark, because you've done from the heart, and you've been able to leave going, I made a difference to this planet. So love you all. Gotta run. You have a great day. Sorry I can't be with you more with these videos, but we are a little busy. And thank you so much for all your help. It's coming back at you guys. Love you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.